Hello there. In this video I'm going to show you how you can use Blender with FluidDesigner and the tissue add-on to create a tessellated pendant. I'm assuming you've got Blender and FluidDesigner, and you've also added the tissue add-on. Now what we need to do is to go to the groups folder and go to the groups library, and I want to select the tessellations with tissue add-on. And we've got a number of different objects in here. Now, in order to tessellate in Blender, you need two objects. And so I've got a 20mm square plane, that's the large plane, and the L stands for large. And I've split that into 3 by 3. To the right of it is a small plane, which is 5mm square. And in this example, it's split into 5 by 5. I'm actually going to use this one, so I've got a large plane that's 20mm square that's broken up into 3 by 3 units, and a small plane that's 5mm square that is broken up into 3 by 3 units. So that's what I'm going to use. So if I click OK, and if I click outside the yellow box and just zoom in, we've got a number of different objects here. We've got this ring, which we can decide where to put it when we finish designing the pendant. We've got the outline of the pendant, which is actually 1mm thick and 2mm deep. 1 by 2mm is my kind of default size to work to. We've got the large plane in the middle there, and if I press the tab key you can see it's broken into 3 by 3. And we've got this small plane. Now it's a good idea to move that out there, and that's 5mm by 5mm square, and that's also broken up into 3 by 3 units. Now what I need to do is edit that. So if I just go to view and top view, and if I just zoom in on this, so I'm in edit mode, and if I go to face view, now it's a good idea to delete things symmetrically. So I'm going to let's see, I'll select that face, that face, that face, and that face, and X on the keyboard and delete those faces. And if I switch to vertex mode now and select a vertex in the corner there and G to grab, and I need to switch off the snap here because I want to create a kind of triangle there, and I'm going to try and keep things symmetrical in this example. It's a good idea to do this when you're first learning. Create these objects as symmetrical objects and you can understand what's happening a bit better. So with the small plane highlighted, if I hold down the shift key and highlight the plane in the center, now in the toolbox on the left, as long as you've installed the tissue add-on, you should find it under the tab create, and you can just click tessellate. Now, from the point of view of 3D printing, it's very important that you tick the box that says merge. You don't want duplicate vertices, and then you click OK. Now, if I press the tab key, you can see what the basic pattern is there. But I like to work with curves. So with that object highlighted, if I hold down the Alt key and press C, I can change that mesh into a curve object. And if I just open up the properties panel and click on the main information icon, I can apply a bevel object of 1 by 2, and that will apply that thickness. So the pendant in the middle there, once I apply that, it's got the same thickness as the square box around the outside. So that's just my default size. Now I could actually set that to anything I wanted. And that's essentially how you can do it. So if I just highlight the small plane there and delete it, highlight the large plane in the background there and delete that, and just go to view and top view, all I need to do is to reposition that, and there's my pendant. And I could export that as an OBJ file, but you must run it through Netfab Basic as well to get your finished object. An alternative to that is I could put this up in the corner and just zoom in and position it there so that it overlaps. So I could have my pendant that way round. So that's how easy it is with Blender, FluidDesigner and the tissue add-on. Thank you for watching.